I just made a bag, I'm up the sun. Pulled up in a foreign dawn, yeah, I'm up the sun. With that work, flip that bag, yeah, we up the sun.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramon Hernandez. I'm with R&R Mechanical. Today we're pulling up on a high efficiency boiler installation up in the old Germantown area. Really cool street, historical street here. As we see, look, Germantown is a really old area. We got an old building here that we are putting a high efficiency boiler in. So we're gonna go in and check up on the guys and see how they're making out. As I go in, this is the property here. It's an old music studio. It looks like they teach kids how to play instruments. Here we go, we're going in. Water heater's out, waiting to be moved away. Water heater's not too old either, but look at it, they set it on the ground. This is what happens when you take a new device like this and sit it on the ground, directly on the floor. It eats away. You know, homeowners should be educated by the contractor not to sit the equipment directly on a concrete ground. So this is one of the reasons. This water heater is not too old, but look at what the moisture from the basement is doing to it. It'll take a homeowner and it'll decrease the life expectancy of a water heater. That water heater is not old at all. As we go in, here we go. Let's go see what the guys are doing down there. Here we go. We're in the old basement. It's a lot of a little congested with, as you see, with stuff hanging around. This is your typical basement in Philadelphia. There's always clutter. Here we got Christopher. Say hi, Christopher.
What's up, guys?
Christopher's normally the camera guy, but today he's the I actually put him to work today. Here we are. We got Amando doing gas pipe. He's running some gas flash shield, which is made by a company called Gas Tight. It's a device. I mean, it's a line legit to go in the gas. Here in Philadelphia, the local gas company overrides the fire codes, and they recommend and they highly want the gas shield, the flash shield, excuse me, grounded, and they want it grounded to the panel. So we'll be grounding that just to make it legit here in Philadelphia. Flash shield is a material that does not recommend. Flash shield do not recommend it, or they don't obligate you to ground it. But most CSST material has to be grounded. Here we go. So we have a K2 boiler. It's 95% efficient. Guys piped it all in. This is a combi boiler. So we used to have a water heater up in this area here, and we ran PEX line over, and we run PEX over to underneath. Underneath is all copper. We have our low loss header. This boiler comes with a primary pump built into it, so we don't have to put a pump in the primary in the low loss header, so that it has it built into it. But we have to put a secondary pump in, which is that one over there behind Lewis, while Lewis fixes his pants. He can't work with his pants falling. I already told the guys not to. They're gonna take this pump and they're gonna put it in a better direction. You're not supposed to have a pump with the motor facing, up. It's either sideways or downwards. We don't want heat extracting to the motor and decreasing the life expectancy of a circulator pump. They're also going to put a valve before the pump and after the pump, so that way, after these devices, so that way we can, at any point we can go ahead and drain the boiler and replace these devices, accessories as needed if they go bad in the future. So in a device, in equipment like this, what we're looking at is we have our expansion tank, our air eliminator, which we call this a super vent, and then we have our pump. The pump is ahead of these devices. Why? So because we want to pump away from them. We want to pump away. As we pump away, we remove more air from the system. Okay? So we're pumping away from the expansion tank. Always, that's a rule of thumb. You want to pump away. Okay? Down here, this is our primary loop. Our primary loop is the boiler loop. It's a high efficiency loop. And that loop is going to circulate water around the system. All right? And that's going to keep the efficiency in. No restrictions.
I just got my thumbnail.
Now, here we go. Now we have, in the back here, this is our domestic hot water system. So we have our domestic hot water, like I told you guys earlier. It's connected to it used to be a 40-gallon tank that's laying out in the yard that I showed you. And then now we piped it into our domestic hot water system on this combi boiler.
You don't know what you did?
We have a 3-way valve so we can control the temperature of the hot water.
The arrows,
okay?
First of all, this.
And then on the other side, we have a domestic expansion tank for domestic water. And then we also have a pressure relief valve that's located on this side.
Take this out.
Okay, guys?
This goes here. The arrow has to go that way.
We're going to vent this this heater out through these blocks, these glass blocks here. So we'll give you guys a taste of it once it's done and up and running. All right, guys? We'll see you later. Thank you.